So this morning, I got up almost when Starfleet Academy started to watch it. It was like 4 a.m. Eastern time. I should have stayed in bed and not bothered getting up early to watch this travesty. It's a freaking travesty. I just, like, you would think, with being the final of the season, maybe building on some credibility from last episode, which was not that awful, was actually okay-ish, they would be doing something decent, especially with two near Academy Award type of actors involved with this. But no. So yeah, am I sort of rebelling right now? Wearing a Hail Mary in the background? Rocky? Not really, because this is good sci-fi. Starfleet Academy is not good sci-fi. Sci-fi. It's not. Oh my God, this is so bad. And you know, one of my pet peeves, you guys probably have heard from me before, is the naming of these freaking episodes. Rubincon. Really? Come on. You know, at first I was going, okay, this is going to be Rubincon, okay, military stuff, okay, great. They're going to understand something. There's going to be some cool things that are going to happen in here. Some military strategies. We're going to have some face-to-face of the hopeful heroes and the kids, and also the villain. No, but they get confused with themselves in this episode. They talk about Rubincon, and they talk about Rubincon. I just, like, come on, guys. All right, so bottom line, guys. To fans of the original series, trouble with Tribbles. When Scotty is talking in the bar with the Klingon, and the Klingon is basically ripping down Kirk, and there's a fight that eventually happens, and blah, blah, blah. And one of the things that is said is, I didn't mean the Enterprise should be hauling garbage. It should be hauled away as garbage on a garbage scale. Well, at least last week, but I went on. Should be hauled away as garbage. It's the only thing, callback here to Star Trek stuff. I like, and of course, I'm the one that's got to do it. Oh man, you can tell I'm not happy about this episode at all. Garbage. Total freaking garbage that should be hauled away. I give it a garbage rating. It ain't even on my scale. It's not even lead. It is just garbage. There's nothing redeeming about this. There isn't a reason for Star Trek Trekkies to watch this. There's no reason for a sci-fi fan to watch this because they don't follow any rules of science. They don't get it. They don't understand hero-villain interactions. They don't get it. It's just pitiful. So, you can see, the thermometer doesn't even move. I'm using like a pinkish color for garbage because it stinks. It's just bad. You know, yeah, I'm going to give you some spoilers, but guys, I wouldn't waste my time. I would hope that Skydan / Paramount says, this is it. No mas. We can't do this anymore. Let's end this. Even though we know they got in the can film for next season. But watching what we watched, the fact that they really don't even show you how they're teaching kids, cadets, students, I'm sorry. I I mean, my friends at Tacky and Pulse, I've never talked with them, but, you know, he was saying he was waiting to watch this episode for the villain. He was hoping for excitement from Paul Giamatti. No, there's nothing. Back to this crap. How can you surround a Federation that's in 3, 5, whatever dimensional space you want to talk about with these mind barriers? How many freaking minds would that be potentially to even do this? It doesn't make any sense. And if one of these things blows up, it's supposed to take out 87,000 light years of space. And I'm guessing it's a radiating space, not an inward-facing space. One of the things that's flawed in here, this whole thing is flawed. Ferengi, Venere, Cardassian, blah, blah, blah. I go, oh yeah, the surrounding minds are controlled by some sort of single subspace signal. Of course it's going to be. And because, as we know, the Athena got trapped, and the Athena's saucer section had to break away, and the rest of the ship got captured by Noose, and he's got it. So these guys are about to attack, and, you know, of course, obligatory, the warp drive's not working, so they can't get away. And one thing leads to another, and unfortunately, the ship gets boarded, and the captain / chancellor gets taken along with the mother of Mir. And because they all know the kids are there, because the kids are now hiding in this gaff that was in there from a prior episode, that if you hide in this little pressurized section, you're not going to show up on anything. So she gives a command to everybody there, and the doctor gets it. Basically, the command is saying, hey, implement this protocol, which has him taking off his thing and putting on the console, and his hologram takes over, and they broadcast a fake hologram outside to show that they're just being blown up. So everybody runs away. Now, here's one of my favorite. As you guys know, I like this character. I think she has potential. But, I mean, they finally seen her commander in the right capacity. I was happy because she was put there temporarily while the engineer is going downstairs. By the way, there's only 6 people on right now. So this makes me feel good. Okay, good. And then they do a stupid thing like this. I think I have to pee. What the hell? Come on, guys. I'm sick of the current vernacular being used in this. Try to use some futurist language. I mean, our friends of The Expanse got it. We've seen, you know, yeah, maybe you can see a couple things like the garbage cow thing I talked about with Trouble with Tribbles. You got a couple of things, but this, I'm sorry. I think I have to pee. Really? This is another reason not to watch this piece of crap. So they take over the ship. By the way, this is hours. In hours, they desecrate the entire atrium, set this all shit up, and they go, oh, they send out this thing, Venere Ray's leader, Noose Brocker, hail his hero as he holds the Federation accountable for crimes and against the galaxy. And he goes, he's purity of evil, claims former advanced aid and shocking expose. I mean, really? Guys, I'm sorry. Once again, this is just so craziness. You have a good villain here. You're making this guy look like a flaming idiot. I mean, if the guy's got all this, he got the Omega-7, 47, all this stuff, you make him look like a flaming idiot. Come on, guys. So stupid. So he puts her on trial, and then, you know, she's saying, oh, there's rare times in Starfleet history. And then, of course, Caleb's mom, the guy appoints her as judge. I mean, thinking that she is going to sentence the Federation / the Chancellor to be guilty, and then he's going to blow everything up. I mean, what sort of man is going to think about blowing up every single thing with all these minds, forgetting the fact that it's going to blow back and blow himself up too? because the minds just don't point it forward. They point backwards from a science perspective. Man, come on. And, you know, back to this. Look at her face. No. She's a terrible, the actor in this is terrible. So the doctor, when they restored him, his communication protocols are messed up, so he can't really communicate correctly, and they can't figure out what he's saying. And he keeps going, glitching and say, don't cross the Rubincon. Now, this is where the freaking writers even mess up. I mean, oh yeah, you're going to say, oh no, this was intentional. But no, this is where the writers mess up. With glue on your shoes. This is talking about the elements that supposedly hold together the Omega-47. Well, crossing the Rubicon, that was an ancient military campaign. Okay, once again, I like her, but then this is what this episode's not about. It's not about the Rubicon. It should be. It should be about how you end up using the enemy's strength and gaining from it and taking over and winning. Oh my God. But no, this is some made up freaking words, I think. Come on. Point no return. And then someone says, oh, do you mean Rubin particles? Doctor looks so dumb. Come on. Doctor's always had an attitude. He doesn't ever look dumb. This is another acting pitfall. These are writing pitfalls. This is production pitfalls. And then we can use a Rubin particles to make it easier to stabilize. Well, here's the thing I don't understand. Also, how does this doctor know when when it became the hologram to protect the ship? How does all of a sudden he know the answer when nobody else has a clue? And he's not. I mean, yeah, he's a medical officer, but he's not the science officer. I mean, this is shortcuts in writing. Man, come on. Computer run a simulation and reduce Omega-47. So they try to run some simulations. They find, yeah, there's a point where that's going to stop this shit. And, okay, stabilization. And then it gets more inane. Star Wars-ish here at this point. So Caleb, as we know, Tamara, those two are kind of an item. And they're trying to figure out things that and kind of admit to each other, oh, yeah, we love each other. And Caleb realizes, oh, I can use Tamara to go in my mind, and then she's going to be able to sense where in this galaxy my mother is. Honest to freaking God. Really? This is Star Wars. This is not Star Trek. This is not science fiction. And then she goes, oh, yeah, well, she's looking, and she'll go adjust to this mark and go for it. I'm sorry. And then, of course, the trial's over. Caleb's one goes, guilty. And then he turns into like a madman. Instead of a classic villain who, in a way, we had something to root for, this villain doesn't have anything to root for. He's not a complicated villain. He's just a tragic. I don't want to call him tragic. He's just out there, mentally gone. And how he has people, and how he's smart enough to get weaponry, to get an entire race of people to support him, and to get other races of people to be willing to join him. When he's just like, come on, man, he's some great acting. And he goes, oh, there's only one thing left to do with this sentence. And they go, oh, wait a minute, there's an incoming shuttle. Oh, Caleb comes because they were hiding they got to a gas giant and hid there, and they noticed they need to buy some time while they figure out how to get this code embedded into the Omega-47 to stop it from blowing up. So he comes there, and he always gets an interaction, and there's that. And look at this shit. Once again, all this activity in a couple hours, they desecrate the Adrian Mary. Come on. And then he's being shown that he is not really in control, and also shown that the original thing that was supposedly blowing things up really was caused by his dad creating a weapon with that mineral that we talked about a little bit ago. Not the Federation attacking and having crimes, and then all these people are starting to fade away that were supposedly supporting him above the promenade. Like, I'm sorry, that's sort of like Rome, like going, I don't get this. So they eventually stabilize this thing. So he goes, okay, guilty. He goes, I'm going to carry out the sentence. Meanwhile, Chancellor's just sitting there going, okay, go ahead. She has no idea they figured out how to stop this. So he goes and pushes this button, and nothing happens because they do stabilize everything. And so Caleb, he tells his mom, hey, these are the only people I care about later, blah, blah, blah. Starfleet, oh, this is a great thing. Starfleet out of nowhere in seconds appears. The moment those minefields go down, supposedly, in seconds they're all there. Just like, this is like Star Wars. We can go parsecs in seconds and be another parsec in a second without anybody knowing. I mean, come on. Then they end this thing. Maybe they have sense. Maybe this thing ain't going to go. Maybe they're not going to be allowed to show the second season. But they show yearbook things. Okay. So everybody now is in the class of 3196. Now, okay. She is a chancellor. But they put her in the same class as all the cadets. All right, I guess you can say, okay, yeah, she's part of it, so we want to talk. But why would you show a picture of this? Why would you do this? They do that for every single one of these characters, including the Doctor. I'm sorry. I'm hoping that was your swan song. This is terrible. Hey, Norma Silver Age, please like and subscribe to this channel. Have an awesome day.